Good morning, guys. Day 18. So yesterday was a very short episode, and we actually ran into quite some issues. So hopefully today's a more smooth ride. So we worked on the dining section of the website yesterday. So basically what we created is the filter page, then the heading, and actually don't mind it that it's orange. So if we look at the stays, so the first one that we made, it made it purple. I think we need to make it more dark purple. And then we have the stays page. But then for the dining, so I actually just checked, and basically it's showing the hotel just as fallback data because we don't have any data yet. So in today's episode, we're gonna build the admin dashboard for this dining, but now it's just falling back on the stays. So I want to change this, but we can do this later. So let's first make the admin dashboard because then we can start adding some data. All right, so if you're watching this, if you like the content, please help me out by subscribing. I still don't like asking for it, but actually subscriber count's going up, so thanks for that. If you have any question that you want me to go in depth in something like how to set up cursor or how to do proper keyword research, just let me know, and then I just make a video about it and properly edit the video instead of just going in raw. All right, let's get into the episode. Okay, so we're gonna open up cursor. I'm gonna zoom in for you guys. Localhost is already running. I think I'm gonna continue in the chat from yesterday just because it still has the knowledge from yesterday. Or maybe I think we can actually start a new chat. Say thinking. Then we use Super Whisper. In the previous chat, we implemented the dining section of the website. So we created a filter page and a single page. Now what we need to do is add it to the admin dashboard so that we can manipulate the data in the database. Can you have a look at how the dining section in the platform is structured? And can you just take an example on how that's structured and then do a similar setup for the dining so we can start adding some data to the database? Thank you. So this is our admin dashboard for who didn't follow this series yet. So what we did for stays, we have this overview of how many stays we visited, etc. And then here we have all the data that we store. So we have the basic information, we have the images, we have the location, the check-in time, checkout, the different room types, amenities, then reviews from different people, links with our affiliate link as well, and then the settings if we actually visited, yes or no. So now basically what I want is the same for dining. So we need the table, which I mean is this one, all the listings, then the dining, and then we do the rest for beach club wellness and activities. But I think what I'm gonna do, I mentioned this in the previous episode, first map out stays and dining completely, then do some basic SEO and push that live so that Grace and I can start adding some listings to the website, and then maybe just also start spreading that the website is live and start getting some traction. And then slowly we will add activities, beach clubs, etc. Let's see what's happening here. Stays. Okay, so now it's making all those files. And then whenever this is done, I'll get back to you guys. Okay, supposedly it's done. The only thing that I did, just to keep you guys in the loop, I got some errors and then basically tried to install another package and then our library. And then I was like, why aren't we building it the same way as we have in the admin section for the states? Because first I want to reuse components, so we keep the code clean. And I also don't know why for this specific one we need to have something different because it's basically the same thing. So let's see if it's actually working. So with stays, dining. No, not working. Maybe I keep using 3.7. Query count's not a function. Dining places. See, also I want to change this, but maybe what we do, we just finish the admin dashboard and then finish the last UI for the 2 categories, so stays and dining. Then we make all this work, because this is not linked yet. And then we need the area pages. And then we need the privacy policy, terms of service. So maybe it's a nice goal, because now we're 18 days in, maybe on day, so 3 weeks is 21 days, maybe 21, maybe that's too short. Let's maybe aim for day 24, 25, that we actually publish it live. And then also, maybe what we can do is start doing some cold outreach. Like usually my partner never reached out to a property for a stay. I also don't want to reach out for a stay, but maybe what we can do is create a form. And if they're like, hey, we would like to work together, they can apply to the form. And then maybe it's nice for you guys to see that if hotels actually reach out to us, like how we can handle that in a proper way. Just so that instead of me just only using cursor, like we can also start doing some marketing and some cold outreach, and I teach you guys how to set up cold outreach. I think that will be nice, just some dynamic elements in the series. And also, the sooner we can get traffic to the website, the better. So then maybe if my partner makes some TikToks and some Instagram reels, we can track like how much traffic is actually coming from there and how's it performing. Then Pinterest, I want to test out, so when we can learn together on what's the best way to get traffic from Pinterest to the website. Still saying there's a bunch of TypeScript errors. Okay, so now we have dining. It's still showing this we need to fix though. It's still showing this is also interesting. This is different than this. So I don't think it's using the same table component. I don't think it's the worst, but necessary. So there's no edit yet. It's just not. Okay, this needs to be fixed. Okay, so it's currently working, but it's still fetching the listings from the stays. So I'm gonna upload the database structure, and then please analyze properly and make the proper changes to get the right information, and that we can also store in the right table. So the main listings are all in the listings table. So I'm gonna upload 2 screenshots, one from the listing and one for the dining. And then please check with the stays integration, how that works. Also, please reuse components, because I see that now the page for editing the stays and dining is completely different. I would like to have everything synchronized. So take an example of the stay page. Don't make any edits to the stays page. It's all fine. Just work on the dining and also make sure that we're pulling the right information from the database. Thank you. I'm gonna try Max. I've never used Max, but I think it gives you wider context range, so maybe then it can find all the right information. We're close. The only issue, like this is a stay. This is not a dining experience. So before we get all duplicate data or if it's all wrong, we need to make sure. All right, I'm gonna let this run, and whenever this is done, I'll get back. Okay, cool. So basically what it was doing, it was filtering for a listing type. What I actually want to do, I'm gonna ask this later to Claude. So basically what it's saying is that what it was looking for is a, let me zoom in, a listing type column in the table, which differentiates which listing type it is. But I think we currently did like an inner connection of the table, but I'm not sure if this is the best way. Maybe it's actually better to here define like which listing type it is and then show those listing types. But I'm not sure, so I need to check this. And then what it did, can dining list function to filter entries by joining the dining table using dining diner inner. So interesting. I'm asking it to do the same setup as the stays table, and then still it comes up with a completely different one. So let's see. Okay, so dining is correct now here. Says okay, but then the question is if we want to add. That's dining. Categories, I'm not sure if we have it yet. This is not clickable. Okay, categories required. What I want to check is sorry if my internet is slow. We had a big storm in Bali, and since then the whole internet is kind of messed up, so I'm trying my best. How do I need to do this? Insert one. Call it dining. Maybe create one breakfast. And this should be dining. I'm not sure if this is working though. I'm not sure if it's filtering. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so that is working. Just it doesn't pull the categories yet. So can you please analyze how the stays table is pulling the categories? And then I now made a main category dining, and I made a, so the parent is dining and then the child is breakfast, for example. So I put this in the categories table already. Can you check the stays, how it's pulling the categories, and then do the same for dining, but then pull from the main or the parent category dining. If we can add this, I'm actually now not sure, because when we made this form, like I kind of liked this form at the beginning, but now I'm not sure if I actually like the more basic one better. Okay, so I think it's pulling the right categories now. Seems like it. So probably now it's taking the parent category and the child. But then I think in the future we should only have the child. But that's something we have to figure out later. Okay, so we have the category row, updated dining categories, create get organization details. Okay, I'm gonna accept this. And then check. Test. Dining. Yeah, in one of the previous episodes I was like, oh, what is this generate? But it's actually just generating the slug. The slug is the URL. Test, destination, category, breakfast. This should actually be, maybe we should be able to add more categories, because if it's like a breakfast and lunch place, we need to mark that. Price range, 100 to 200. Opening hours, I'll add later. Contact, test. Okay, so it's creating it, it's just not storing it. Let's have a check in the database. So we have dining. No, so we need to look into the store. Okay, so whenever I now store a new row, or like I fill in the form for creating a new one and I store it, it gives a toaster notification that it's done, but it's not storing in the database. So can we please have a look into this, if it's properly storing all the information? And I think we got the message, new row violates row level security policy for table dining. So I think we didn't set up row level security. So can you please provide me with the SQL to be able to store in this table? I think I saw this yesterday. So if we go to database and policies, like it's only done for the stays. Where is dining here? No policies created yet, so we need to create this. And this is basically saying like, okay, hey, an authenticated user, so a user that is logged into the admin dashboard, can store data in the database. I don't need to check because I know there's no RLS policy. So what you do, you go to SQL editor, you paste this in. If your account is running, if you're having issues after, please let me know. I don't know what it's doing here. I'll just wait for a bit. Whenever this is done, we test to add another listing. Okay, so that's done. Just don't know what this, I think I made some changes, unnecessary changes. Yeah. Like it start making some changes to this to bypass. I think we should just not make those changes. Okay, so it removed the files that were unnecessary. Test dining, generate a slug. I'm at breakfast. Not find the address column of dining in the schema cache. Can we for now only make, what's the fields again? Name, slug, description. Name, slug, description, and location and category mandatory. I was not sure if in the database it's called address. This. I think also the issue is it's trying to find address in the dining table. Still no. Cannot find a category of dining in the schema cache. Okay, so there's a few issues. It's all trying to sort it in dining table. Categories is a different table. Yeah, so it's all trying to. So what I'm gonna do is we take a screenshot of dining listings and categories and locations. Also, please take example of the stays. Maybe there's better ways to prompt this, guys. Maybe I should just say from the beginning, like, so let's say if we create the form, so like, okay, store this specific type in this table, then store all this information in the listings table, store the categories here, and then store locations there. Okay, it says that is fixed. So let's try again. Also, I don't know why it redirects to this weird test, generate. Okay. Okay, so this is working. Then we check in the database, dining. Okay, just the other options are not there yet. That's fine. Then, okay, that's all working. Just on storing, like it redirects me to a page without layout, just the table. Can we take the table layout and the form layout from the stays component, and then, yeah, just make sure that it's looking the same so that we have consistency over the admin dashboard. Don't make changes to the stays components, just take an example of the stays component and implement it to the dining. But this is nice, and let's also see. This is what I expected. Probably this is not working yet. Or maybe even the server is not. We need to filter this. So maybe we actually need to add a stays type. But then maybe also know what's happening in the admin dashboard. This is not list. So maybe we actually need to implement the filter. Or no, I think it's possible because here we do it. We just need to make sure that in the stays table we only filter stays, and same with the front end. So here we only need to show the stays. What should we do? I'm not sure what this little batch is. What projects are you guys currently working on? Like, are you building something, or do you just have 9 to 5, or just let me know in the comments, like if you're doing something cool, like please let me know. Maybe, yeah, I'm just interested if you guys actually have some nice projects, or if you're not working on anything, that's also fine. And you're just trying to learn, or what's this button? Autofix. I'm not smart enough to manually fix, so I need the autofix. I'm gonna let this run. Whenever it's done, we can revise it together. And it should be done. I'm gonna terminate this one. It's not really yet. What file did it actually change? Create a new breadcrumb component sets in to match what's used in the stay section. I just changed this, I think. A new dining page format breadcrumb navigation. The edit dining doesn't have a sidebar anymore. Also in the edit and form of stays, we have vertical navigation instead of horizontal tabs. Please check that stay form. For the example. What I mean by that is here now, it's fine, like it works. Maybe I'll migrate back to this, but in the stays form currently, we have it like this. So maybe just for consistency, it's good to keep it this way. Okay, it's saying that it's done. There we go. I just want this to be fixed, always there. It's showing many errors though, I'm not sure. Maybe I'll just fix that later. The thing I want to do is, currently in the stays table, I don't think it's filtering for only stays. So the dining table is filtering for only dining, but the stays table is still showing both. So can we add the same filter, but then in the table only show stays? Also in the front end, in the stays overview page, it's also showing dining. So we need to make sure that the filters are properly applied there. Please make very concise changes because I don't want anything to break. And then this, I think, is just going through it and then let it fix it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this on video. I think it's easier if I just fix this off video, so I don't bore you guys with that. And then next episode, we can finalize all the data, that all the data is being stored correctly. And let me think. Yeah, and then I'm not sure if I can load the page now. Then we're gonna map out those pages. So I'm gonna store some data, maybe a few hotels and maybe a resort and a villa, so we can create these pages and also create some content. With content, I just mean like SEO text. So just some content like, oh, hey, if you're looking for a resort in Bali, blah, 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 blah. We check some keywords. Same for the stays pages. Maybe we can still add FAQs on the bottom. And then we make sure that this is working, the Google Maps is working. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna ask my partner to add some stays. And then if we just have a few live, I'll do the basic SEO with you guys to make sure all the headings are correct, that we have a sitemap, that we can have everything done. Then I'll teach you guys how to set up Google Search Console, make sure the website can be indexed, and then step by step, we're just gonna start building out the website. But then at least we have something live, you can see it. Maybe I can also already show you guys on how to set up a staging server. Usually what I have with bigger projects is like 2 databases, one for staging with dummy data, one live database, so it never messes up. I think for this one, it's fine to have everything connected to the live. But then we'll set up one staging website where basically when we're still developing, like my partner can work on that. So before we push it live, my partner can start adding listings, make some changes. And then once everything is done, we just push it to production. And I will teach you guys how to do that with Vercel. Versal, I don't know how to pronounce it. So this is now joining the inner table. Yeah, see, so this is correct now. So that's great. And then only thing for the front end as well. And then after that's done, let's just have a quick check. And then that will be today's episode. And then we will move forward in tomorrow's episode. Yeah, let's just aim for pushing this live on day 25. Or maybe we should just not be stubborn and say like, okay, let's do day 30 when everything's like proper done. Sometimes I get a little too excited with pushing things live too fast. I'm not sure why it's going into the dining. I asked it to make changes to the... I've added the missing get dining listings function to support the marketing dining page. So I think it now... Oh no, change it here as well. So the stays is fixed and dining as well. And it doesn't have an image, so that's correct. Okay, cool guys. I'm gonna fix all the latest issues and then clean it up a little bit. And then in tomorrow's episode, we can start making some progress and making sure everything's working properly. Start working on the category pages. And then, yeah, we're making good progress. I'm very happy. So if you're still watching, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support as well. Some people leave really nice comments. So yeah, if you're tuned in still, thank you so much, and see you guys in tomorrow's episode. Cheers.